This is the story of a merchant who lived in a small village. He would sell goods in the market by calling out in different ways and earn money. The merchant had a donkey. He would load sacks of goods onto it and take them to the market to sell. The merchant took good care of his donkey. He knew that his donkey was extremely important for his business. He would feed it plenty of food. The donkey was young and strong. It would carry many sacks to the market. But the donkey was also a bit lazy and didn't like to work. He just wanted to sit, eat, rest, and sleep. The donkey always thought that his owner never gave him even a single day off. But he didn't realize that if his owner gave him even one day off, it would cause him a great loss. According to the market demand, the merchant sold different kinds of goods every day, such as lentils, grains, vegetables, spices, and fruits. Every morning, the merchant would take the donkey and set out for work. To reach the market, they had to cross a river. The merchant would very carefully help the donkey cross the river. One day, the merchant's friend told him that there was a high demand for salt in the market. The merchant decided that from now on, he would only sell salt in the market. He quickly prepared 12 sacks of salt and loaded 6 of them onto the donkey's back. The donkey's legs began to tremble, and then the merchant realized that the load was a bit too heavy. To make sure the donkey wouldn't be hurt, the merchant removed 1 sack from its back. Even then, the donkey still refused to move forward. The merchant understood the donkey's condition, but he also knew that the donkey was lazy. He scolded the donkey and even hit it with a stick, and in this way, the donkey finally agreed to move. That day, all of the merchant's sacks were sold in the market, and in this way, the merchant made a good profit. Then he decided that from now on, he would only sell salt in the market. The next day, he got the donkey ready again. When the donkey started stumbling just like before, he reduced the number of sacks and somehow managed to persuade the donkey to go. While crossing the river, the donkey accidentally slipped and fell into the water. As a result, a lot of the salt dissolved in the water, and the donkey's load became less than half as heavy. It became much easier for the donkey to walk, but the merchant suffered a significant loss. The next day, as the merchant was crossing the river with the donkey loaded with sacks of salt, the donkey thought, "Yesterday when I slipped in the river, the load became lighter." He thought, "Why not deliberately slip again this time so my load will become lighter?" So, he deliberately slipped and a lot of salt dissolved in the river. And once again the merchant suffered a loss. In this way, the donkey made it a daily habit and started causing losses to the merchant to avoid work. The merchant also realized that the donkey was doing all this on purpose, but he couldn't do anything about it. He shared this problem with his friend. The friend advised him to use something that would get heavier if it fell into water. So, thinking cleverly, the merchant said that only cotton could be such a thing. In this way, an idea came to his mind. The next day, he took some sacks of cotton, loaded them onto the donkey, and set off with him. As usual, the donkey deliberately fell into the water. But this time, the weight of the sack doubled, and the donkey began to stagger. The donkey was surprised at how the weight had increased so much. He started walking again. The same thing was repeated the next day. The donkey pretended to fall deliberately again, but once more the weight increased. In this way, the donkey learned a good lesson. The merchant thought that now the donkey understood that falling into the water would only harm him, so from the next day, he started carrying sacks of salt again. But this time, the donkey didn't even think of falling by mistake. This story teaches us that by using wit and intelligence in any situation, we can turn circumstances to our advantage. Even in the most difficult situations, we can handle things by using our intelligence.